Jeannie Sweetness with enough self. And I say that with the most love. Jeannie's brand is Nophology, so when I say Jeannie with enough self, that's nothing but love. King Leo Promotions. Linda, thank you for your tireless work. Thank you, Linda. Linda Taylor and Associates, MEA Entertainment, E2 Studio and Recordings, SPI Music. Thank you to all our vendors. Thank you. The DJ named Goody. The DJ, Empress Breeze. Everybody breathe your pajamas together for Empress Breeze. Vibes count down, the Empress Breeze. Thank you. We move along. There's a voice in you that tells you, I'm not good enough. I shouldn't be here. I'm nobody. You never see what's in you. You never see the strength that's in you. You never see what you're capable of. Sometimes it takes people to tell you what you're capable of. Sometimes we shut down voices we think aren't important. Yeah, there's somebody that said me said, like, that I'm good at what I do. What's my premium? Am I? We tend to silence voices that we think are not important. But every one of those voices sees something, sometimes in a place where they think they don't have it, they can't find it. And they see something in you that they want to see in themselves. Those voices that are pushing you, don't silence them. Listen to them with discernment and say, I receive what you're telling me, and I'm going to bring it to fruition. Sometimes it's seeing the stage and stepping off into the air in faith and just knowing that your strength, your talent, your network, all the things that intrinsically make you are going to catch you and you're not going to fall. With that in mind, I've got two phenomenal women. They're here to talk about silencing the doubt. That voice, silencing the doubt. Conquering the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome. I am not good enough. Let me introduce to you Miss Nola, entrepreneur, community advocate, and host of the Nola Experience podcast, mentoring first-time business owners while leading community impact projects. Miss Nola. Also, Miss Noderea, a licensed clinical social worker and founder of North Therapy, providing culturally responsive mental health services and launching wellness initiatives. Too many times in our community, we say, not learning mental illness, foolishness, lazy, non-vision, mad mind. We no business with that. I'm here to tell you that mental wealth, mental health, and mental disability and unhealthy mental health do absolutely exist in our community. It gives me tremendous pleasure to invite to the stage these two phenomenal women. Please put your hands together for Noderea John and Nola Rodney. Ladies. Welcome to Right Her. You are the epitome of what Right Her embodies. It is with that in mind that City Council, yes, 32nd District City Council, sees fit to give you your just right and honor. On behalf of Councilman of the 32nd District of the City Council of the great state of New York, I'd like to present to you for your service, which is truly the lifeblood of the community and the city, that goes unrecognized and unrewarded. It's my distinct pleasure to award you with your citation in these. Thank you, ladies. Yes, I'll give them a round of applause. Check.
You sound tired.
Tired, and you know what? I'm really tired. It's been a long day. My brain's kind of fried. So I'm going to tell y'all that I wanted to give y'all my talk off the top of my head, but I feel like if I try to do that, I'm going to miss some key points. So I'm going to ask y'all to pardon me when I have to read from my script. Okay?
Noderea, not so good.
What's going on?
I am so nervous.
Tell me what's going on.
I think these people are going to figure out that I'm not qualified to call myself an entrepreneur and a business coach.
Wait, you haven't been doing business?
Yeah, I've been doing business.
Tell me more. What's going on?
Well, for 20 years I've been in hospitality, and 10 years I've been a manager of a bar and restaurant, and 7 years I ran a successful vegan food business, and last year I opened my first bar and lounge in Brooklyn.
So it sounds like you're totally qualified to call yourself an entrepreneur and a business coach.
Raise your hand if you're intelligent. Why do you raise your hand? Yes. Raise your hand if you're intelligent. Thank you. Raise your hand if you're talented. You're not intelligent, but you're talented. Gotcha. Copy that. Raise your hand if you are qualified and have experience, but you still doubt yourself. Don't you start lying. See? That's that bull. Noderea, I don't want to put pressure on you, but as a licensed therapist, you gotta help us out here. We're qualified, we're talented, we're intelligent, and we're still doubting ourselves. Why does that even happen?
You know that little voice that tends to live rent-free in some of our heads? It says things like, you don't belong here. They're going to find out that you're making it. Are you even competent enough to do that job? That little voice that's very loud sometimes? That's imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is when a perfectly capable person with many accomplishments. Imposter syndrome is when a perfectly capable person that has a lot of accomplishments. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that part right there.
Folks, we love y'all. We love to hear everybody's voices, but respectfully we're presenting right now. So if you can just have a little bit more respect and gratitude, thank you. Go ahead, girl.
Imposter syndrome is when a perfectly capable person, much like yourself, doubts their abilities even when they have receipts. The degrees, the certificates, the businesses. They tend to minimize their accomplishments and say stuff like, that's just good luck or good timing. And they just don't own the fact that they're doing a damn thing. Sometimes imposter syndrome is rooted in trauma. I know that when I say trauma, many of you think of big traumas. But even the more subtle trauma, it tends to pick away at our level of confidence and self-esteem. If you grew up in a situation where a lot of emphasis was placed on things like good behavior, productivity, or even efficiency, way more than it was important for you to be authentic, be your authentic self, then you were raised in a breeding ground of imposter syndrome. It was just a matter of time. The pressure of living up to the definition of somebody else's success doesn't leave room for much authenticity. How many of y'all can relate to that? I see the headlines. You're most likely to struggle with imposter syndrome if you're in a space where no one looks like you or talks like you. If you're stepping into a new level, a promotion, a new business, or a bold move. You were raised to be humble, keep your head down, don't make a lot of noise, and draw a lot of attention to yourself, just keep it pushing.
I know about that.
Mm-hmm. Or you've internalized unrealistic standards, like perfectionism, people-pleasing, fear of failure. Well, the truth is, feeling like an imposter doesn't make you one. You can feel uncertain and still be qualified. You can feel fear and still move forward.
So here's what people don't tell you about imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome doesn't always show up as fear. It shows up as silence when we're in those meetings, overthinking, procrastination, perfectionism, or shrinking yourself to not take up too much space. Imposter syndrome often affects high achievers, especially women, Black and brown people, and first-generation success stories. It's not a personal flaw. It's a response to systemic exclusion. In reality, it's often a sign that you're expanding beyond what's familiar, not that you're unqualified. Imposter syndrome might be a sign that you're actually in the right room.
So, if you feel like the dumbest person in the room, congratulations, you are in a growth zone.
Facts. Growth requires discomfort. If you're always the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. That part. Being a learner doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're evolving. A Harvard Business Review study found that 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point, including top executives and thought leaders. The people you admire, many of them feel the same way. The difference is they keep going. They don't let it stop them. You are not an imposter. You are a learner in disguise. Remember that.
So here's the thing. The fraud is usually the one making the rules. How many of us are familiar with a leader right now who's running things? Y'all know who I'm talking about. We don't say his name. He's not qualified, but he believes he's qualified, girl.
Let's be honest. Some of the most powerful people in these industries are winging it. The difference? They act like they belong. You are busy over-preparing while they are over-promoting. You're not an imposter. You're just used to playing by rules that they don't follow.
So how do we break free from imposter syndrome? Like, is he on you? What's happening? What's happening, DJ?
Cultural and familial conditioning has taught many of us to stay humble, don't rock the boat, and be grateful for any opportunity that you do have. Meanwhile, others are taught to take up space unapologetically. It's time to rewire your programming. Challenge inherited beliefs of worthiness. Separate identity from productivity. Let go of the need for constant external permission. Instead of saying, I'm not ready, say, I'm ready to grow into it.
So we're going to be swapping mics. I don't mind. Sharing is caring. So this is something that some of you are not going to want to hear. You're not going to like it. Confidence is a scam.
confidence comes before action. But action is what builds confidence. What we need more than confidence is conviction. Conviction equals, I might not feel ready, but I'm still going to show up. How many of y'all can relate to that? Beyonce created Sasha Fierce because she wasn't born with a stage presence. So we also can take a look at my gal Riri. Right? She does her thing. What's your alter ego? How does she show up? How does she walk into a room?
So we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have some fun. We need a couple of, well, not a couple, maybe 4 or 5 volunteers. Alright. I love how you all don't know what you're about to do, but you're enthusiastic. I love it. That's what you call trust. Are you volunteering too? Okay. Alright. Wait, it's only 2. Wait, oh, so now we have to call people? Now we have to go down there and pull people out of their seats. We got 3, we got 4. Number 4 is taking kind of long. Number 4. Alright. Okay. You know what? Let me move out of the way because we're going to need some space. Okay. So, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You trusted this far. Yeah. So, each of you are going to do 3 things. Take a second and create the name for your alter ego. Then you're going to show us how you walk into a room when you're summoning your alter ego. Then you're going to tell us what she believes about herself. Do you need a second or are you ready? Oh, ready. Oh, ready. What's the name of your alter ego? Ready?
I am ready.
Let's give it a bunch, you guys. Alright. So, show us how you walk into the room as I am ready. Period. Alright. Absolutely. And what does she believe about herself?
She believes that confidence is her crown.
I love you. Ready? The name of your alter ego.
Lovely Joan.
How you walking into the room, lovely Joan? Period. Comfortable pants? Comfortable leather pants? And what does lovely Joan believe about herself?
I believe that I'm lovable, kind, and I should have it all.
Love it. Fire. Ready? What's the name of your alter ego?
Mama OG.
Mama OG. How do you walk into the room? That's the boss walk. And what does Mama OG believe about herself?
That I'm going to get to step level.
And all of that is well received. We receive it. Ready? Dope. What's your alter ego?
It is Rena.
Rena? Okay, Rena. How you walking into the room, Rena? You are the blueprint.
So sure, I almost feel like I need a walk in fire. So, when you're the only woman, the only person of color, or the only person that didn't attend an Ivy League school, the reality is you're not an outsider, even though you might feel like one. You're an original. Originals make history. Copies, they just get lost in the shuffle.
Perfection is the real fraud here.
Ladies, you ever notice how men, they will apply for a job if they have 3 out of 10 of the qualifications. Meanwhile, us as women, we always hold ourselves back unless we have 10 out of 10 of those qualifications. We will not apply for that. Truth be told, your version of 7.0 is somebody else's dream level. Done is much better than perfect. Start before you're ready. You'll get polished along the way.
So what's the cheat code to kill imposter syndrome?
The cheat code? Face everything and rise. Face the
Can you say that one more
discomfort.
time? Say that one more time?
Face everything and rise. Face the discomfort. Face your fears. Face the fact that you are far more capable than your self-doubt wants you to believe.
I love that. Don't fake it, face it. All right, so what's our final takeaway here?
The therapist in me wants to leave you guys with a journal prompt. So the takeaway is, what if the only difference between you and the people you admire is that they decided they belonged?
That part. That part.
So what's stopping you from making that decision right now? Money stop me. Yes. Don't let the money stop me, alright? Don't do it, don't do it. The money will come, trust.
We have a challenge for you. We have a challenge for you.
Before you leave today, commit to one bold action, like getting started before you have the money. Or applying for an opportunity that scares you. Or finally starting that business that you've been holding back on for so long. You guys get to decide today to get started today.
So what's one bold move you're going to commit to today? Are there any questions? Any questions? Anybody?
Anybody want to share their bold move? When you believe more in yourself. Or when you have the doubt, but you're willing to make the move anyway.
And you stick to the facts. Like, I, for 1 second, do not believe I'm not qualified to coach people in business. I'm about this. I've been doing this. It's happening. All right, so since there are no more questions, DJ, can you play our song? We're going to teach y'all to get, we have one more question.
That is correct. When you step outside of your comfort zone, you are making a bold move. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, we're going to need y'all to stand up. They're not ready.
That's right.
They're not ready.
Yes.
And thrive like I did.
Yes.
And I think that people saw me because I didn't look like them, and so I was kind of beneath them, but I was wise to patient. And I'm under training almost all the people
Look
who
at
are
that.
doing the job that I was
Round of applause for this story.
What's your name?
Thank you.
Bennett Dredge. Thank you so much.
So thank you for saying that, because you really brought that home, and this made that kind of just occurred to me as you were saying that, like, yeah, you're right, because I think a lot of people, except for us in this room, really look from the outside and think, wow, I might like this, you said that's kind of tempting. I can have this. I can have that. I don't need all, I can't check every box. But I step in these spaces with people who check no box, but color.
That's right.
So it's like, we really do need to, and no shade to anybody, but we really do need to get into it, and like you said, not fear it, but not fake it, but face it. Because you will see how long you've been, I want to say, cheating yourself and undermining yourself. Because we do have the potential in every space we enter. And we don't, I didn't even recognize that until I started working in those spaces, and like, man, I can do this in my sleep. You should.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Keep standing. Everybody get up on your feet. DJ.
If you guys know anything about me and Nola, we like to party and we like to dance. So we would love to bring some vibes. Okay? So please rock with us, move with us. If you're Caribbean, you can chip with us and build a